Amazing parenting. We empower parents to positively impact their children.
Hello parents, Grace here with Amazing Parenting. Today we're going to be talking about and continuing where we left off from last time, building resilient children in a stressful world. You know, some people are really going through a tough time with all the stresses that are going on. But we as parents have to ensure that our children are able to cope with the stressful world. So what can we do as mums, what can we do as dads to help our children, be resilient in a stressful world? So just in case you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment below, give us a thumbs up and share this video with at least one other parent. There are so many parents out there who are struggling, who don't know what to do, who are, really stressed over their parenting. So please share this video with at least one other parent. Okay, let's get straight into today's session. So last time we talked about building resilience in our children in a stressful world. We looked at 5 areas that we can do as mums, as dads, what we can do, what we can instill into our children so they can cope with a stressful world. Let's look at another 5. So in this session, we're going to look at we have to set clear boundaries for our children. When we set boundaries and routines for our children, it helps them know what's coming next. Imagine if I have a ball and I just throw it at you, you have no way that you're going to catch that ball because it's caught you unawares. But if I call your name and I say to you, catch this ball that I'm going to throw to you, you are ready, you are prepared, you get your stance ready to catch the ball. And that's what we do when we put routines in place in our homes. We get our children ready to take on board whatever is coming at them. They know what is coming next. And even in the world where they don't know what's coming next, they have an idea. They can put together, okay, this is what normally happens. Let me position myself in case of this, in case of that. So having rules and routines in our house really helps prepare our children to be resilient, helps them to be prepared for what's coming next. Okay? Number 7, we need to teach problem-solving skills. I see parents all the time. The child does something and the child doesn't do it right first time around and the parent jumps in. Let me do it for you. I'll help you with that. We have to teach our children to go ahead and learn out of their own mistakes. It's okay that they want to make a sandwich and they tear the bread up with the buttering knife. Leave them, let them get on with it. Teach problem-solving skills. That's what our children need to be resilient. We're not going to be there every step of the way throughout their lives because they're going to have to learn now. No matter how old your child is, they need to learn now. Problem-solving skills, practical problem-solving skills, and emotional problem-solving skills. Give them scenarios. If A happened, what would you do to make sure the outcome was B? If Y happened, what would you do to make sure Z happened? Give them problem-solving scenarios and see what they would do. Let them tell you what they would do in particular instances in their lives. And then obviously in real life things, your children need to get up in the morning, get themselves ready and get to school. So what do they need to do the night before? Prepare them, let them get ready, let them have their books ready, their PE kit, their swimming kit, their maths books ready. Get them prepared, let them do things by themselves. And when they make mistakes, we don't get angry at them because of it, but they'll learn from it. It builds resilience. They will know, okay, I didn't do this yesterday, therefore it made me late for this. This is what I need to do instead. This is what I need to do instead. So we help our children be resilient by teaching them those skills for, those learning skills of how to cope with different things, how to cope with what's going on in the world, how to cope at school, how to cope at home, how to cope in the community. We teach those skills. We make sure that we expose them to we don't expose them to stressful media. What are your children watching on the phones? What are they watching, on TV? Currently, while I'm doing this video, there's a war going on. Are you allowing your children to watch the news and take on board all of the stresses, what's going on around the world? We have to be mindful that our children are not overloaded and overwhelmed with what's going on in the world. So that resilience doesn't get overloaded. Because sometimes children don't think like we think. They can take too much on board, things that they have no business worrying about, no business being concerned about as a child. So we have to be mindful what they're watching, that it's not an overload on media, on the news, on their phones, on TV, the kind of films that they're watching. Is it age appropriate? You know, Hollywood already stamped the films with an 18, with a 12, they know that what the content is, that a child of a certain age shouldn't be watching. So are we as parents making sure that our children are watching the age appropriate programs and films? And sometimes your child may be at that age, but you know that film has got some content in it that your child has no business watching. So we have to make sure our children are overloaded with what's going on in the media, what's going on in films, and what they're watching on their phones. And I hear parents say all the time, but their friends play that. Oh, but their friends are doing that. You have to be mindful of what's going on in your house, not what's going on in your daughter's friend's house or your son's friend. You've got to be making sure that what's going in your house is safe for your children. And they might, get upset about it. Oh, but mom, my friend has that. Oh, dad, it's not fair. You know what's going on in the media is not good for your child. You know that amount of time they're spending on their phone is not good for your child. What other parents are doing in their house, that's up to them. But you have to ensure in your house, in your home, it's safe for your children. So make sure what's going on in the media, that they're not overloaded with it. Okay, now let's look at build supportive relationships. How do we get our children to be resilient? They have to have supportive relationships. Grandparents, aunties, uncles, school teachers, mentors, pastors, who in their life can build that fortification around them to help them be resilient. It's not just mom and dad. We have to ensure that they have good people around their lives that they can also look up to, that they can also receive information from, they can also receive advice from, encouragement from. So let's look at different ways, different people that can be brought into our children's life, safe people that can be brought into our children's life that can help them build resilience. Because the stronger a company of people is, the stronger the individual in that company will be. So let's think about who else is in my child's life other than mom and dad. Who else is in their lives that they can turn to, they can talk to. So let's look at grandparents, let's look at teachers, let's look at, mentors that we can pull on, our children can pull on to help build that resilience in them. Okay, and the last one, create meaning and hope. Our children need to have hope. They need to know that it's going to be okay. No matter what is going on, it's going to be okay. They can hope. They can hope for better. They can have faith for better, for a better future, for a better outcome. So have that environment, create that environment in your home, in the relationship you have with your children. Are you talking to them about faith? Are you talking to them about hope? Do they have aspirations for later on in life? Are they working towards something? Do they have projects that they're working on that is building them up, that is going to help build that resilience in them? So it's so important that as parents, we are talking about hope. We're talking about faith. We're talking about things that build on our children's resilience. So let's end it there, talking about resilience and what we can do as parents. We've talked about 10 different things here and different areas on how we can build and, strengthen our children's resilience in this stressful world. So let's end it there. Remember, share this video with at least one other parent. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And remember, all parents can be great parents. It's a journey and we will get there. God bless you.
Amazing parenting. We empower parents to positively impact their children.